Okay, so Jenny Lou is our first speaker, and she was in this course last year, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Thank you. Hi everyone, how you going? Wow, this is loud. Okay, I was just wondering, just to start off with, can anyone tell me what fibre is, please? No demonstrations, just tell me what fibre is. Anyone? No? Luke, what is fibre?
I don't know, Jenny.
Okay, well that's good because today you're going to learn what fibre is, okay? Alright. Learning is like fibre, okay? You probably have to write about what learning meant to you or what learning is. Why? It's fun, okay? Like this, we're having fun now. It's interactive, why? Because I'm talking to you. It's done best with an open mind because you're open to new ideas, open to new concepts, and it's reflective because you can actually look back on what you've learned and say, hey, I actually know that. When you watch TV, you're like, I know what Tragedy of the Commons is. And it's internal because when you learn something, you actually remember it for life. Like you know the sky is blue, you don't have to check every time you go outside, although it's not today. Okay, research. What research for me is like milk. Why? Because it's mad. Because when you first start researching, there's so many concepts and so many journal articles and you're going crazy, going, what is all this stuff? And it's also interesting because you get to learn a lot of new things, you get to learn a lot of other researchers' concepts and ideas. It's also quite long. After you've read about 30 journal articles, you're sort of like, oh, does this ever stop? And they're usually 50 pages each with graphs and stats. And it's also karmic because you're thinking, what do you mean by karmic? Well, research is karmic because what goes around comes around. You'll find that a lot of the researchers cite, similar articles or similar ideas, and then if you actually publish an article yourself, other people will use your idea as well. So it's karmic. Here are some new concepts that I've learned from doing SRES, which I did not know before. The first one is biodiversity, which really means living together in peace with the animals or other people. Before that, I actually didn't know what biodiversity meant. I used to get it mixed up with biodegradable, but now I know that there is a difference. The other concept that I learned was environmental sustainability, which meant the long-term maintenance of ecosystems for future generations. Commons, tragedy of the commons, so what happens with the overuse of shared resources. And actually in my economics lecture the other day, my teacher was going on about tragedy of the commons, and I actually understood what she was talking about for once. Degradation, the deterioration of the quality of the standard or performance in a functional unit. So sort of like at the end of the day after uni, you become deteriorated. Conspicuous consumption, so purchasing not for need, but for greed. Okay, raising awareness. Right, consumers waste by over-consuming, and what that meant that I learned from this course was that I didn't know before that everyone wasted food like I did, and I didn't know that a lot of people paid for the gym memberships and didn't go like I did. Yeah, so that's not a good thing. The physical environment influences the social environment and vice versa. I don't know if you guys watched 60 Minutes last night, but they had this story about people up north in the Northern Territory, and they had their land is worth, several millions of dollars, and some people wanted to sell and other people didn't. And I thought that was a really good example of how the physical environment influences the social environment. People would rather live in a really nice land area with all their animals and stuff instead of moving to the city because they understand the concept of how the physical environment influences the social environment. And also do not take resources for granted. Okay, so let that be water, land. Okay, myths exposed. Right, here's some myths that were exposed while I did this course. The truth is, geographers do more than read maps, okay? They do a lot of other useful things. Isn't that right, Richard? There is no scarcity of water, only it's very expensive for water to get transported to other countries, and that's why there is a scarcity of money. And managing resources is about managing people. Before I always thought that there wasn't enough resources, but actually we are people who are managing the resources. So if we manage them well, then there won't be a scarcity. Okay, Now, I'm just going to quickly divide you guys up into 5 chunks. So all you guys on my left-hand side, that's one chunk. All you guys, the first 4 rows up the middle back, you're the second chunk. And the middle people, the 3 rows in the middle, you're the third chunk. The 4 rows in the front, you're the 4th chunk. And your ones on the right are the 5th chunk. So can anyone tell me now, because no one put their hand up when I asked you what fibre meant, can someone tell me from this side what F stands for? Remember? Fun? Yep, that's excellent. Okay, cool. You know where this is going. Okay, the people 4 rows up the back, can you tell me what I stands for? Interesting? Interactive? Oh, you're getting it mixed up with milk? I think it's interactive. Yeah, it's interactive. Don't worry, I get that one mixed up as well. Okay, and the people in the middle, can you tell me what the B stands for? Yeah, wonderful. That one's a big one, so that's good. And the R, can people at the front, can you tell me what the R stands for? Sorry? Reflective, yeah, that's it. And people on the right-hand side, tell me what the E stands for. Eternal, which is your learning. See, fibre, everyone knows now. Thank you for your cooperation, and that was my talk on SRES. Thank you, that's all right.
Here's the honorary Finner hat.
Oh. Thank you. I hope it fits my head. Oh, thank you.
Yes. One pocket. Second one there.